to my class, right? You might be in a different 200 class. But anyway, so in 200, I actually already gave people a peek of what we're going to teach in 201, right? The 201 syllabus is really simple. I can summarize with 3 letters, right? So that 3 letters is called DFS, right? So all what we're going to learn in this quarter is a one single algorithm, even though you would imagine that is a very powerful algorithm, right? It's called DFS. It's a depth first search. It's a search algorithm. It's very, very useful because a lot of problems end up with like a search problem in programming. Even though we do have the syllabus listed in the class contents, but I don't think it will give a lot of value, even though I can give you a quick peek of what the syllabus is. So this is the topic we're going to teach. But I don't plan to go into every single thing. So basically, we're learn the DFS to solve all kinds of different problems. So this quarter is similar to the last quarter from the programming perspective, because if you remember in the beginning of last quarter, I told people that the 200 is the first level that require you more problem solving than programming, especially in 200, right? So a lot of cases, especially in 200, the programming implementation is really easy as long as you can figure out the formula or figure out the relationship between the smaller case and the bigger case, right? So the programming is not a big problem. Sometimes you can just finish the homework in a few lines, but before you put your hands on writing the code, you need to figure out how to write the code, right? That part, it will take longer time. So same thing happens to the 201, right? So once 201, the programming part is a little bit more complicated than 200 class. We will introduce a few techniques to track a few things, to backtrack a few things, and so on and so forth. But it has a very specific template, right? As long as you remember that template, you can solve the problem really quickly. But then the question is that you need to identify the problem, how you are going to apply the DFS on that problem, right? In the future, if you're given a totally different problem, then you have to figure out whether it can or cannot be solved by DFS, right? But for this semester, for this quarter, all problem can be solved by DFS. It's already given, right? But students just need to figure out how. So just give a very quick example. What kind of problem that we're going to teach students to solve? There's some kind of problem like this, right? I have a dictionary. The dictionary has many words. By given one word, each time there's a rule. You can only change one character. And that after changing that character, that word has to be a word in the dictionary. Then given 2 words, we're asking how many change you have to make in order to switch one word to a different word, right? So for example, in this example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words in this dictionary. So assuming that this dictionary is very small, right? Only 6 words. Assuming this hollow, wallow, world, these are all valid words, right? We have a very special, it's not an English word, English dictionary, right? So some special ABC language dictionary, right? So for this dictionary, every single time you can only change one character. If you want to change hello to a word, how many switches do you have to make, right? So this is the kind of the problem that we're going to introduce. This is not a very easy problem if you think about it, right? So if you're not only having like 6 words, if you have like 6,000 words, right? How do you solve this problem? So if any parents, if you're in the software industry, you probably can take a look at this. And I sometimes I told the students that some problem that they're solving after this class, sometimes some problem they're solving might not be immediately solved by the parents even, right? So you don't be surprised if your kids or if your child try to challenge you and ask you some questions. Just be prepared, right? So yeah, some problems really interesting, but also challenging. Okay, so this is the one what we're going to teach. And second thing is that I in my class I have a class policy that is not generic for all school classes, right? So for others, like you have to keep the camera on and you have to attend the class. You don't attend the class, you have to tell the school that you're not attending. Those are like a generic school policy. But I have a I think I only have my own policy regarding to the homework, which is you have to finish the homework within 2 weeks. Preferably, you finish homework within 1 week. But if you cannot finish the homework within 2 weeks, then there is some consequence, right? So how it works is that I believe whoever in my 200 class already knew that. So today is a week 1, right? So after this week, we're going to assign the homework. You will see the homework after the class. Then you have a week 2 and a week 3 to finish the allowance to finish that homework. And on week 3 class, I'm going to check the completion, right? So if on week 3 that class you still didn't finish the week 1's homework, then you have to stay after the class for 2 hours, up to 2 hours to finish your homework. Okay, so you basically have to sit around your desk for 4 hours, including the class time. So again, so if we will check 2 weeks ago's homework. So in other words, this week we're going to assign homework. Next week, we're only going to check how many people finish this week, but we don't enforce anything, right? In week 2, we don't enforce anything. Nobody is going to stay after class on week 2. But on week 3, we're going to check the result of week 1. If on week 3's class, your week 1 class homework is still not finished, then on the week 3, you have to, after the class, you have to stay for 2 hours to finish your homework. Okay, is there any questions regarding to this requirement? No, okay. So and the other thing is that just about my teaching style is that I know Zoom is very convenient, right? So you don't have to commute, right? You don't have to spend time to go to the school. It allows people to save some time, even allow some students to join from out of state, right? We have some people from different states. We even have students from Asia, right? From China, from Singapore, from everyone. But the challenge of Zoom meeting is that I cannot see your entire body, right? I cannot. It's very hard to see your body language, right? I can only see your facial language. So make sure your face is entirely visible in the Zoom, right? Don't let me see only the top of your head, right? So sometimes I have to see your mouse because some people they have a problem with microphone, right? So when they're speaking, I cannot hear anything. But if I cannot see your mouse, I don't know whether you're speaking or not, right? So that's why I require people to lower your camera so that I can see all of your entire face, right? Yeah, Derek, that would be too much. I'm seeing your chest and the mouse only, right? I also want to see whether your eyes is closing, you're sleeping or not, right? Maybe you're snoring, your mouse is moving, but okay. So yeah, and for here, I think everybody is probably good. I think Claire, well, your camera is probably too high. I can only see. Yeah, you want to lower a little bit more. to the shoulder would be better. Okay, great. And the other thing is that during the class, I'm going to ask a question really frequently, right? Some questions is a real question, right? I really want to ask for an answer. But a lot of cases, the question is just a checkpoint, right? I'm checking whether you are paying attention. So sometimes I'm just asking you a question to repeat whatever I just said, right? So there's no reason why you cannot answer that question. And also I hope that you don't keep telling me. Sometimes the Zoom meeting, the network has problem, right? So if my voice had a glitch, then please let me know. But if I keep hearing from a certain student saying that, hey, what was the question? Can you repeat the question again? Then it clearly tells me that you're not paying the full attention, right? So that is the way that I engage with students, whether they are paying or not paying attention. So last semester the class, it was really good. So I hope not only the engagement in the class, I mean my last 200. So not only the engagement, but also the completion, homework completion rate is really high. So I hope that we can continue. Whoever has been in my 200, I know that you guys had a good performance. Whoever not, you need to make sure there is a high standard, right? So make sure you are not dragging behind. Okay. All right. So I think that's pretty much I want to cover. I will leave a little bit time for parents who might have any questions. Any parents? Any questions? Okay. So if not, then let's get started with our with the class. Okay. So parents, please just feel free to leave the line. We have sometimes we parents. Okay, Richard. Richard, your camera is not on yet. Can you please turn on your camera?
My camera currently doesn't work for some reason.
Okay. So is that not working just right now, or it hasn't been working for a while? Because we need to fix that problem, right? So that's what I said. Can you make sure your camera is fixed before next class?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so okay, we have 15 students here. All right, so let's get started. So first of all, I would like to like know each other. Like what I said, I know a couple of you, a few of you, but not all of you. And you guys probably don't even also don't know all of each other. Let me go through the syllabus. I mean, go through the roster. And I'm going to call on the name, and you just tell me uh, uh, where which grade you're at, the coming grade, the coming September, right? So which grade you're rising to, and also how many years of experience you have for programming. Okay. All right. Theodore.
My name is Theodore. I'm going to 7th grade. I have around 2 to 3 years of coding.
2 to 3 years. Okay, cool. So you're in CA, California, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Mackie. Mackie is not here. Ryan Yu.
My name is Ryan. I'm going to 9th grade and I've been going to X camp from 100 to all the way right now.
Okay, from 100. That's about 2 years, right? Okay. Marissa Lee.
I'm entering 7th grade and I've learned at X Camp since 100.
Okay. Did you say 7th grade?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Kevin Xu. Kevin Xu. Is it Kevin? Kevin is not here. Taiming Wang. Taiming Wang is not here. Qinyi Sun.
What?
Yeah, which grade are you and how many years of coding experience do you have?
I don't know. I'm in 6th grade and I just got here from 100.
Okay, you're also from 100. Are you going to 6th grade or are you finished the 6th
I'm
grade?
now 6th grade.
Oh, right now is a summer break, right?
Yeah. After some break, I'll be leaving 6th grade.
You're leaving 6th grade, you're going to 7th grade. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Helen Xu. Helen Xu. Okay, not here. Justin Notting. Also not here. Grace Gao. Not here. Yiran Zhang.
I'm going to 5th grade. I've been coding for maybe about 3 years, and I've been here since 200.
Since 200. Okay. Did you say you have coded for 3 years?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe 3. 2.
Okay. Since 2nd grade. That's pretty impressive. Okay, Richard Lee.
I'm going to 7th grade and I've been coding for about 2 years.
Okay. Helen Lee. Okay, so I messed it. Helen Lee.
I'm Helen. I'm going
I cannot hear you, Helen.
I'm Helen.
Yeah, I can. Your voice a little soft. Pretty soft. Can you raise up your voice a little bit?
I'm Helen and I'm going to 8th grade and I've been coding for a little more.
Okay. It's really hard to hear you. I hear you going to 8th grade, but not the later part. But it's okay. We can please fix. I see you're in the car. That's probably why. Okay. So Evan Pang. Not here. Claire Guo.
Hi, I'm going into 10th grade and I've been coding for maybe like 2 or 3 years.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Hao Sen Yu.
I'm going to grade 10 and I've been in X camp since 102.
Okay. Which grade are you saying you're going to? 10th grade?
Grade 10.
Okay. All right. Are you at Canada? Oh, ON. What is ON?
Yeah, Canada,
Oh.
Ontario.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Jason Liu.
I'm going to 7th and I've been in X camp since 200.
200. Okay. Derek Wang.
I'm a rising 6th grader and I've been in S camp since 200.
200, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks. James Tong. Not here. Ethan Yan.
I'm going to 10th grade and I've been coding for 2 years.
Here. Okay, cool. Alex Young. Alex Young, not here. Sean Zhu.
I'm going to grade 9 and I've been coding for 3 years.
3 years. Okay. Cool. So, you're located in China?
Yes.
Okay, it's pretty early for you. It's like 6:30 something.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you for getting up so early. Okay, so Sarah Wu.
I'm a rising 10th grader and I've been coding for like 3 to 4 years.
You're rising which grade?
10th.
10th grade. Okay, 3 to 4 years. Okay, cool. Thomas King. Not here. Last one is David Sao.
I'm David, and I'm going to 9th grade. And I have, I'm not sure how many years, but it's probably 2 or 3 years.
Okay, yeah, just roughly. That's nice. I think you're also an early bird, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, this dedication is pretty impressive, right? So not so many kids wants to get up like you. If you want to catch up like a 6 a.m. class, you probably have to get up like a 5:30 or something, right? So it's a really big sacrifice to accommodate this. Thank you.
Well, I have to get up on 5:30 too.
Oh, you do? Oh, we have
Yeah.
3 people from China. Oh,
Yeah, look, here's the time.
Oh, okay, 6:38. Yeah. Okay, nice. I think okay. Yeah. All right. So for students in US, please appreciate your opportunity, right? So we have a much more advantage than your peers in China, right? So we're in the prime time, right? So you're in the middle of the afternoon. It's probably the time that you feel the most energetic. All right. So I think we quickly went over all people, so you know how people sound like, how people look like, right? So except Richard, hopefully we can see Richard next week. All right. So I think that's pretty much everything before we go into the real lecture. Let's get started with the lecture. All right. Let me bring up the slide. Give me a second. The loading of the slides is a little bit slow. Okay, so here is let me share the screen.
Oh, my computer crashes a lot.
Okay. All right. So first, in the class, we are going to have this class. The first class is a review of recursion. So if you no matter whether you are in which teacher's 200 class, I believe they all told you that 201 is all based on recursion, right? So in 200, you learn the two algorithms. One is iteration, one is the recursion. We're not going to use iteration that much for this semester, for this quarter, but recursion is a must-have, right? So the DFS is all about recursion. Okay, so first let's do a quick review, especially for those people who are not in the class, or even new to the school, right? So we want to make sure everybody starts from the same baseline. So for recursion, there are three major factors, right? For recursion, when you program recursion, there are three important things for recursion. What are those three important things? By the way, Helen, can you put your last name in your Zoom? Because we have two Helen. The other one didn't come today, but if she comes, it'll be hard to distinguish. Okay, so let me call on somebody who Yiran. Do you know what are the three factors of recursion? Can you hear me, Yiran?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are the three factors of the recursion?
I forgot.
I'm sorry, what did you say? You're muted. What are the three factors of recursion?
Forgot.
You're not sure. Were you in any 200 class before? I don't remember.
What?
Remind me, were you in 200 class before?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so you're new to the school. Okay.
No, I was actually in your class.
Oh, yeah. That's But do you not remember?
Yeah, I kind of forgot.
Oh, you forgot. Okay. Did you have a vacation in the beginning of the summer break?
Vacation, no.
No? Okay, that's interesting. Then how come you forgot? All right, Sean Zhu, you remember?
I don't have class before.
Yeah, that's okay. That's why I want to check whether you know or not. So those three factors of recursion, do you know what are you know how to program recursion, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if there's three most important things for recursion when you do the recursion coding, what would you think?
Um, the formula.
Formula, okay.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Theodore.
It's name the problem, termination condition, and wishful thinking.
Yeah, that's correct. So wishful thinking is a formula that Sean you mentioned, right? So you need to know from n how to get to n minus 1. What's the relation between n and n minus 1 or n minus 2, right? So termination condition, you have to stop. There's an if condition. There's always an if condition explicitly or implicitly defined, used in the beginning of the function, right? And then the third one, of course, because the DFS is a recursion function. I'm sorry, the recursion is a function, right? The function, of course, you need to define that function, right? So you need to define what is the input parameter, what is output parameter. So this is the three most important factors, right? So we want people to remember that over and over. We will ask it over and over. We want everybody to remember this. So name the function, reduce a big problem with a smaller problem, use a wishful thinking, and a set termination condition, right? So that the recursion can stop. Otherwise, it will run into the infinity. So, okay, so this is a problem, a very typical problem, and a very super good problem that we talked about in the 200 class, the Hanoi tower, right? So there are two different variations of Hanoi tower problems. Who remember what are those two problems for Hanoi tower? Claire, do you know what are the two problems for Hanoi tower?
For Hanoi Tower, you want to you have to place like
No, not the solution, not the solution. So we talked about the two Hanoi towers problem. One is that it can be solved by both iteration and the recursion. One is only
yes.
solved by recursion. So what are these two problems? Do you remember, or do you know?
Yeah, I think there's going to be like one would be the number of steps you need, and the other one would be like listing out all of the steps that you get from start to end.
Yes, that's correct. So one problem is that the Hanoi tower is like I move the disk, the different size disks from the start to the end. Each time I can only move one, and I can never ever play bigger one on top of the smaller one, right? Smaller one is always on the top. So